The Senate and the plenary session on Tuesday, 7th October, considered the request from the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federation for the confirmation of the renomination of Malam Abubakar Sadiq Yelwa for the second four-year term as Managing Director of National Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission, HYPPADEC, pursuant to Section 93(1) of the Electricity Act 2023 as amended, which states as follows: there shall be a Managing Director for HYPPADEC who shall be appointed by the President subject to the confirmation by the Senate. Pursuant to Order 39(2) of the Senate Standing Orders, Mr. President's request was referred to the committee on Wednesday, 8 October 2025 for further legislative action. For brevity, Mr. President, let me go direct to the findings. Findings. The committee findings ascertain that the nominee is qualified to hold the position ascribed to him on the Governing Council of the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Area Development Commission, pursuant to Section 93 of the Electricity Act 2023 as amended. 2, that the nominee is well qualified and have the relevant experience to be reappointed as Managing Director of the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Area Development Commission. 3, that the nominee was articulate in his responses to questions raised during the screening exercise. 4, that security checks did not reveal any negative information against the nominee. Committee resolution. Having considered the nominee's curriculum vitae and other relevant documents, in addition to the exhaustive interaction and deliberations, members of the committee unanimously agreed and alluded to the experience, exposure, performance, qualifications, competence, and integrity of the nominee as required by Section 93(1) of the Electricity Act as amended, and found him suitable for confirmation as Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of HYPPADEC. Recommendation. Having carefully screened and thoroughly determined the nominee's credentials, and being satisfied with his responses, the Senate Committee on Power hereby recommends that the Senate do confirm the renomination of Malam Abubakar Sadiq Yelwa as Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of HYPPADEC for a second and final four-year term. Prayer. That the Senate do consider the report of the committee and approve its recommendations. I so move.
Any comment?
Ashiru, a member of the committee. In fact, I am deputy to Abaribe. And we did a very beautiful job. This man is well known to us. He's been there for the past 4 years. And he had incredibly performed. For the sake of continuity, so that we will have more gain, those states that are covered by HYPPADEC, we find him extremely useful. And I will appeal to the President of Senate to quickly adopt this report so that the man can settle down to continue the good job he has been doing. I so support, Mr. President.
Well, this is not a contribution, it's an addendum to the report of the chairman. Since you are a member of the committee, it's an addition to the report. So let me call our governor of Kebbi State and
thank you,
Mr.
President. My distinguished colleagues, I rise to lend my support to the motion ably moved by the chairman Power Committee that Honorable Sadiq Rawa be approved as Managing Director of HYPPADEC for the second time. He merited that appointment because he has wonderfully performed very well to the expectation of all the beneficiary states or benefiting states. Being the pioneer governor of HYPPADEC as far back as 2003, when the idea was came up, we met in Mina, if I could recall, under the chairmanship of late engineer Abdulkadir Kuri, the then governor of Niger State. We muted the idea of forming the HYPPADEC. Luckily, we were supported by the federal government. Because of the bureaucratic procedure, we couldn't get the HYPPADEC established till 2019, during the time of President Muhammad Buhari. And since the establishment of that commission, it has done quite a lot in the area of providing infrastructure facilities that mitigate the impact of flooding in the benefiting states. The managing director has gone to every state, established several projects, and no wonder Mr. President found him suitable for reappointment as managing director of HYPPADEC. And with this few remarks, I want to urge all my colleagues to support the confirmation of Honorable Sadiq Yelwa as managing director of HYPPADEC for the second and last tenure.
Senator, former governor of Sokoto State and former speaker, who knows the nominee very well, wants to say something about him.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Amin Waziri Tambuwal, I represent Sokoto South. Abubakar Sadiq Yelwa and I have come a long way, right from our days in the university. We remain friends up until today. I know him to be a very, very committed individual. Once he is given a task, he performs optimally. No one the first time, he did exactly what Senator Adamu Aleru said. Indeed, he was a commissioner under Senator Adamu Aleru, and he was his chief of staff when he was Minister of FCT. So he's in a very good position to commend him. And Mr. President, on a lighter note, he's a very committed member of your party in Kebbi State. But he's my friend. I therefore recommend him highly because I believe in his competence and his capabilities to deliver on the job. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You know, one will tell you that Mr. President is doing very well. You know, nominee for appointment, appoint. He takes the best for all these appointments. You can see the opposition parties also, you know, commending Mr. President for a job well done. For a job well done. See, so Mr. President is doing very well. Whatever he does, he always do everything in line with the interests of the nation. That you cannot fault. You can see the main opposition party, the ADC, is commending Mr. President. So, I mean, Mr. President, well done. Thank you very much. Continue on this part to bring prosperity to our nation. And thank you for commending Mr. President. Senator Adam Oshomole.
Mr. President, sir, I just wanted to add to the...
Senator Issa Jibrin, approach the chair. Distinguished colleagues, the Senate, in the Committee of the Whole, considered the report of the Committee on Power on the screening of Mr. President's nominee for appointment as the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the National Hydroelectrical Power Producing Areas Development Commission, HYPPADEC, and approved the nomination of Malam Abubakar Sadiq Yelwa as the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the National Hydroelectrical Power Producing Areas Development Commission. Is this a true reflection of what transpired in the Committee of the Whole? Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate confirm the nomination of Malam Abubakar Sadiq Yelwa for a second four-year term as Managing Director, CEO of the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Malam Abubakar Sadiq Yelwa is hereby confirmed for a second four-year term as Managing Director, CEO of the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission. Let me thank the chairman of the Senate Committee on Power, distinguished Senator Abaribe, the members of this committee, my distinguished colleagues, particularly our elder statesmen, for their contributions and insights regarding the knowledge of this very hardworking man that has caught the attention of Mr. President to be given another four-year term. And commend particularly distinguished Senator Alero and all those who trained him and those associated with him, including Senator Tambua, for, of course, you all contributed to his training, that he has continued to uphold the values of patriotism and hard work, and to a point where the Senate today has not only confirmed him, but has congratulated him for the first four-year term. And we want to wish him luck. We want to tell him to keep up to keep the flag flying and continue to remain a detribalized Nigerian to serve his country for more years to come. Congratulations to Mr. President for finding him worthy to be so reappointed. I thank you all. Leader of the Senate.